is it going? How's the audio? How's everything? It's been a bit. It's been quite a bit. I'm here now. I am back for like a little bit. I have a week and a half, 2 weeks-ish. Next Friday I leave again. I'm doing the best I can. Next Friday, I'm going on a very, very fun adventure. But today we are here. It's probably been a while. I've been working on this quite a bit during the last movie that I was doing. We've got this whole side done, and this. I mean, they're not really sides anymore, are they? It's a giant curve. It's a circle, all the way around to there. My hope is I'd like to. I'm falling. Finish this up today. You're falling too. Chaos is falling from the ceiling and dies. I survived. I did not fall into the void. But hello, Chaos. Long time, good sir. I am back for 2 weeks. I'm here. I am here. I'm not going to be doing probably a lot of this. I want to get this done. I want to get this done because I don't know when the Happy Gas update is coming out. But I think now that I have some like solid time to really hammer this, now that I'm done with all the work, I should be able to get this done because I'm looking forward to this summer update. I want a Happy Gas. Could you imagine flying those Happy Gas down here, hanging out in the void? It's just dark. It's so dark. But how are you? How are things? It has been an unfortunately way too long period of time. It's been quite a while. Do I feel like framey? No, it says 120 frames per second. I'm not sure what's going on there. Felt a little bit framey. It's fine. How are things for you, good sir? I am glad to be back. It has been way too long. I was doing a musical. I can imagine sniping them while you use them. I don't know what their health is like. I haven't played around with them too much. Like they're not one shot, right? I guess maybe if you like Hawkeyed them, got a little velocity going on, built up some steam, maybe you could one shot them. I don't know. I'm glad that they made them a little bit more renewable. Cause really? Seriously, what's going on here? No, that's the wrong direction. I kind of want to like have them like just one parked at every area where I'm doing stuff. This thing again. Because I think it would be kind of cool. Like there's just one or two chilling out at the... maybe I should uncap the frames. Is that what's going on? Hold on, let me turn that off. At the industrial district, couple over here. VSync, enable the frame will be synchronized to the monitors. Okay, unlimited. Let's see if that helps. That feels a little bit better. 144. Okay, maybe that's just where I need to be. Can my brain see past 120 now? I don't know. You would think as I've gotten older, I wouldn't be able to detect it, but I could totally feel a little bit of the jitteriness of 120 frames. Bizarre. It's fine. 144 seems good. 144 seems very good. Yeah. So this is the goal. The goal today is to get this corner done so that we only have this one section left over. Whether or not I succeed, I am unsure. I've gotten pretty fast at doing this at this point. And I think I have all the machines built. I'm pretty sure this machine will go over to the edge there. I have been playing some other games. Not many. Doing a little bit more Satisfactory. Got back into that. Started a new save again with the wife this time again. That's been fun. Okay. What is happening? A little bit of Genshin. I'm trying to save Genshin though because I'm going to Japan in 2 weeks. And I feel like... Yeah, okay, something weird's going on there. I feel like that would be a fun one to play on the plane because I'm pretty sure our plane has Wi-Fi. So I could connect my Steam Deck to the Wi-Fi and play that way. I have Genshin on my Steam Deck. It's amazing. It's very good. Trying to think what else is really interesting about this next update. You got the Happy Gas. That's like the biggest thing I could think of. I know they did something else. The leads, that's this one, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here. Why these are like being weird. Is there like a pulse going the wrong way or something? It all seems fine. This one corner has been behaving weird ever since I installed it. So the leads are cool. That's a thing. I think that I will enjoy using. I don't know what's going on here. It's not placing in the correct orientation. Maybe if I put a block behind it, like that, will that help? Nope. It just wants to place up. Okay, I have an idea. What if I go and place it sideways and go this way? I don't understand why it's like weirdly deterministic. Okay, so we're gonna try this side, and this side. Maybe it has something to do with sticky pistons. I hadn't been using sticky pistons in the past. That's very weird if that was the reason. I guess I'll stop using the sticky pistons for now. That's very strange. Okay, so I want to take this over to here, trying to keep it in somewhat of a staircase thing. So gonna be streaming a bit over the next 2 weeks. I got a couple goals. I need to finish up some stuff on the Craftwork server, because that's going to be coming to an end while I'm gone, or close to while I'm gone. So I got to finish up the last episode. I just finished recording an episode today, and I'm pretty sure I just need like one more episode to finish everything off. It's just the last layer of crafting modules. But I do need to do a little bit of work. So I might do like a combined stream where I'm doing some redstone testing stuff and maybe building a couple things on there. Because the last two major things that I have to build that I don't have figured out yet are an auto crafting module that makes auto crafters. So that's going to be kind of a thing. And then an auto crafting module that makes dispensers. So two slightly trickier. Of course, I saved the hardest stuff for last items. But I think I could do it. I'm having a hibiscus iced tea. Vic made that yesterday, and it's very yummy. It's very yummy. I'm going to snooze these abs. Abs? Ads. So Chaos. You've been watching any of these repo streams or playing any repo? Have we talked about this? I feel like I must have talked about repo on stream at some point. Maybe not. I can't remember. Been enjoying it. Kind of want to try it myself, honestly. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. Nope. No? Okay. Fair enough. Do you know what it's about? Do you know anything about it or not? Or not something that you're even interested in? It's not... I've watched repo, but not been playing it. Okay. You've watched it, but not playing it. It is fun to watch it. I don't know if it's as fun to play. It's kind of like, is it like Phasmo where it's more fun to watch than play it? Yeah, you know how the enemies work. I know only what I have watched from, the gigs people playing it. Past that, I don't know much, honestly. Except that it looks interesting. It looks kind of fun. I would probably be awful at it, honestly. I'd probably be freaking out constantly. Because that's, I'm a bit of a spaz. I've always been a bit of a spaz. Now, I could probably keep quiet, unlike some of those guys. I'm very good at shutting up when I need to. Boom. We seem to be working better now that I've switched away from sticky pistons, which doesn't make any sense because they should work the same. I don't know if there's some weird thing where it's having to do some sort of extra check to make sure it's not pushing on a block that's stuck to it. I don't really understand why the sticky pistons would be any different, but here we are. Boop. Okay, we're going to do this row, and then we're going to peel back that row over there. Boop, boop. I feel like I need some sort of motion smoothing on. I don't know why, but it still feels a little... Is my mouse speed too? That's too slow. I don't know. That's weird. What is my mouse actually at? Hold on. Options, controls, mouse settings. It's 50. Usually I have it 50. Boop, boop, boop. I have my DPS at 450. Maybe it should be 400. Maybe that would be a little smoother. Let me Logitech. Let's see here. Let's put it at 400. Wait, that's 400. Okay, let's see how that is. Seems a little slow. Maybe? I don't know. Nah, it seems pretty good. It's better. It's definitely not as jerky. Maybe it's like a combination. Maybe I need to be at 50 and then 60% mouse speed in game. Let's see if I do. I don't know why. I have like played with the same controls forever, and just today it feels weird. Maybe because I've been going back and forth between Satisfactory. I'm in a hole. That feels pretty good. We'll run with that for a minute and see how we do. We will see. It wasn't too difficult to get things set back up for streaming. I was slightly worried because it had been a bit that everything was bustificated, but it really wasn't. And I had a bunch of updates, and none of them actually seemed to have messed with things. Everything seems to have worked well still, so I like that. Okay, so this guy's done. Let's turn this one off. Boop. And then we can start doing this row over here. Getting down to the last row. Peel this back. Turn this guy on. I need like wind charges. I remember when the trial chambers first came out and we went and got a bunch of wind charges. I was using them constantly. My dog is unhappy. I don't know what she's barking at. Maybe the mail got delivered. But I haven't gone back to a trial chamber since like they first came out, which was kind of what I was thinking, unfortunately, would probably happen with those. Because it's like, they're cool, but they're not cool enough to go back to. Official Alex Kosev, hello. How is it going? Nothing much is up. We're down, actually. We're down in a hole. Breaking bedrock. Breaking bedrock and calling names. Taking names. And bedrock. That's what we're doing here. Trying to get this whole thing finished up. We're close. I would say we're way more than halfway done. We're almost there. We are almost there. Bit more work to do. My goal is to get this little nookacy area done here. Not too bad. Pretty good. Just creating a Minecraft server right now. Creating a Minecraft server. Vanilla style? Are you doing something fun with it? 2 week. So we can probably start our 2 week phase after years. 2 week phase. What does that mean? Just like play it for 2 weeks and then get bored with it again? Spigot on hardcore. Okay. Never really did hardcore. I feel like I would be bad at hardcore. The first server we did for a while was a Spigot server before we switched over to do stuff on Fabric. But hardcore. Now I understand why it's 2 weeks. That makes more sense now. I get too invested in what I'm doing. I've had so many problems just moving on from stuff. Like this project right here is almost 2 years in the making at this point. I could never play hardcore. I mean, unless I guess I could go into a hardcore world knowing, like, putting a time limit on it. Like, okay, I'm going to be done with this world in X amount of days. Then maybe I'd be better at dealing with a situation like that. Because then I wouldn't dedicate too much time to building. I don't know. I would need an objective. My objectives in the games and the way I play, I guess, don't necessarily suit a hardcore run. That's probably the best way to say it. I want to do I would like to do another Skyblock run at some point, and maybe play with the create mod at one point in the future. Those are like two mods that I've done Skyblock before, but I'd love to actually like do a full playthrough of it. Boop. Let's see here. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And do that. Cool. That'll make it a little bit easier. I don't know how far in I could get using this redstone line. At some point, that guy's got to take over. doot, doot, doot. See, when you get to tricky bits like this, you can't rely on these outside ones, but you could do this and come over like a dish. Yeah. Like that. That works. That works. Maybe I do want to pull this back down this way. We'll go as far as we can, but that thing's gonna be a thing. Sorry, was playing a game and paying more attention now. All good. Are you still doing the Marvel thing? Are you still playing that Marvel's game? I forget what the name of it was. I know you were all into that last time we talked. Last time I streamed, which was so long ago. Way too long ago. Nope, dropped out of Marvel Rivals. What game are you playing now? I did I was lurking. You probably didn't see me. I had it on in the background a little bit. Either yesterday or Sunday I saw you were doing some Mario Kart. You were playing a little bit of co-op, not co-op, but you were playing a little bit of group Mario Kart. And being absorbed into Fire Emblem, 3 houses, and a bit of Mario Kart. There you go. There you go. Mario Kart. I haven't played Mario Kart in years. But that is a good time. Always fun. Yeah, we made a tier list of every track. You made a tier list of every track in Mario Kart. Yeah. And now I created custom cups. Woo! That sounds like a lot of work. Let's do this. Do that. Oh, no. We want to do this and this. Okay, let's break this down. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. Work is already finished. Well, that's good at least. I don't know if this is a game that interests you. Were you ever an Oblivion fan? I saw they came out with the remastered Oblivion. I have not touched it myself. I can show you the 18 cups I came up with. Wait, so explain that to me. That's just like the Elder Scrolls? Nah, not an Elder Scrolls fan? Okay, fair enough. So these cups, they're just like different courses, like course runs, combination of course runs then basically. Like if you were to put like Rainbow Road or whatever, and I can't remember any of the other ones. I just remember that one. But yeah, track orders, yeah, but more themed. Okay, got it. Got it. That makes sense. Boop, boop, boo. Okay. And then this doesn't go there. This was supposed to go there. That looks good. Tea break. Yeah, Rainbow Road with Rainbow Road and Rainbow Road along with Rainbow Road, and lastly, because there are 5 Rainbow Road. There are 5 different Rainbow Road courses? The heck? Wait, what version was that you were playing? This is... Here, we're going to do... Oh, God. I've made mistakes. Wait. We're doing this so poorly. This is stupid. I need to be smarter about this. Hold on. We can do better. We can do better. We did this so we could actually put the redstone behind it. This makes more sense. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm assuming that's on the Switch then? Are you going to be getting a Switch too? I think I'm passing on the Switch too. I don't play enough Nintendo games. I think the last game I played was the Tears of the Kingdom. Pretty sure. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which has a low number of 96 tracks and 32 actually good playable tracks. Yes, you will be. See, the only way I would do it is if, like, for whatever reason, there was no way to get Silk Song on any of my other systems. I may be slightly obsessed with Hollow Knight. 96 and 82. I don't have my glasses on. 82. That is an 82. 96 and 82. That's a decent amount then. 82 good tracks out of 96. That's not too bad. I feel like I'm going to have to go repair this pickaxe soon. It's kind of getting on its last legs. It's getting so bad. Why are these not... One problem with how I've been doing this, I've been forcing the extension further and further out, which means that the cycles of the redstone aren't as fast enough, so it has a higher failure rate when trying to actually break the bedrock, and ends up doing that. But it means I have to build less machines. I don't know if I'm saving time or not by doing that. 14 tracks are tour tracks that are based on real-world cities, and I hate them. Oh, like... based on like, here's one of Paris and here's one of like New York City kind of thing. I see. Why do you, what about them do you dislike? What about them annoys you so much? Boop, boop. See, that annoys me. I want to just be able to place these. Where will this take over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sure it'll reach there, right? Yep, exactly. Both of those cities do have tracks, in fact. I'm not surprised. Those are pretty popular. Whoa, cities. Not surprised in the slightest. See, this one, first try. First try. That one's nice and easy. I guess if I get it to this point, I'll be able to take hold of it more. They just blend into each other, and also every single lap changes the layout of the track, which is a bit obnoxious. Every single this server, the version of this server should be 1.21.4. I'm not doing the spring update. I think what's going to end up happening, unless something super crazy comes out, is I'm probably going to skip every other update, because it's just too much to manage. You know, 1 a year was fine. 4 a year is insane. So like, I'm gonna try and do every other one. So I skipped the spring update. And I'm gonna do what will be the summer update with the Happy Ghast. Which is a bit annoying, but it's just like I can't deal with it that much. Especially with like updating all the mods then. It's just too much. I would love it if there was a better way to do it. But there's not. So right now I would probably, if they're going to do 4 a year, I'm probably going to be doing the summer one. I'll probably be doing summer and winter updates. That's my current thought. But if that gets too much, then I might only be able to do the winter ones. The winter ones are nice because like that's usually when I have time off and like the biggest break where I can actually do stuff. So we'll see. I mean, traditionally it was always around like middle of June that the summer ones came up. So I'll be curious to see if that happens again. TBD if they do it, around the same time. If they do, then I will probably be back from Japan by then. So it might be something to do right when I get back from Japan. I'm supposed to start another movie June 24th though. So if it's not out by then and all the mods and stuff aren't out by then, I might have to wait a little bit. We will see. We will see. I'm surprised though that they haven't announced anything. Well, I guess it's, what is it? May 12th? Yeah, they might not announce like an actual date for like a week or two at a time. I feel like with the spring update, they didn't announce it till like the day before almost. Or not the day before, but like the week before. So, might be a bit. Okay, so this doesn't go far enough yet, right? But I guess we could do this and then break it from here. Oh, so much cleaner going from this side. These are all good. Boop. Ah, I did it wrong order. It is cool now that this whole thing is like opened up. Just like flying around it is kind of wild to me. If I do this, we can do this. Cool. Then it's going to be coming the actual designing. We'll get to make it look cool. Well, hello there. Howdy. How goes it, sir? How are you doing? Oh, geez. Oh, you did the thing. You did the fishing pole trick. You fell into the void and disappeared. The void is cool. I feel like it'll be fun to do stuff with. This still feels slightly framey for some reason to me. I'm kind of curious to see Chaos fell out of the world. You just typed that yourself. I'm curious to see when the vibrant visuals come out how those look on this server. I think that's going to be kind of cool to go check out. Check out people's bases with the vibrant visuals. I don't know that I would play in vibrant visuals. Because there are things like, I like these clouds way better. I would love for them to like take these clouds and add it to the base game. It does look like they're trying to do better with the fog, though. I saw that was part of the update. I can't quite tell if they're pulling like the fog that like I use and B-Dubs uses, the simple fog mod, if it's coming closer in line to how that looks. But it does seem like they're trying to make that a little bit better, which is definitely nice. If only they would fix the cloud. See that? It felt laggy, but the frame rate still holds, so I don't know. The frame rate's holding, so I have no idea. Maybe my brain is just misfiring. Okay. So these ones are going to be hard to get to right there. I might be able to go backwards, though. So if I do this, can I get them from this side? See, like this. Cool. Anyway, what was that about hardcore skyblock? Oh, somebody jumped into chat and was talking about setting up a server that they were doing for a hard block. No, come on. Hardcore. They were doing a hardcore thing. Hard block. Dude. Leave me alone, man. So they were setting up a server for that. Which seemed cool. Dang it. Okay, so that's not going to work the way I want it to. Hold on. I know I could get this block here. If I do this, every block is bedrock. Okay, see, this is tricky. I want this to be powered. So if I do this and I do this, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. So they were talking about setting up a hardcore server because they were saying it was only a 2-week thing. And I guess that's why it was hardcore. And I was kind of just saying other modded servers that I'd love to try and do one day. Not hardcore. Heck no. But a skyblock, like a skyblock server would be cool. Not a hardcore one. And potentially still like the idea of doing a oh god, what is it? The one with the conveyor belts? Oh my god. I can't remember the name of it. The conveyor belt one. The one that I can't remember. I said it earlier and now my brain is just shot. Streamer brain. It's a real thing. Boo, 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 boo. Break this. Okay. So those were kind of like 2 modded ones I wanted to do at some point. I think they'd be fun. I did like, I think I've mentioned this before. I have an entire Skyblock series. I didn't finish it, but I have like 8 episodes that I did and never released. Recorded, didn't do anything with it. I think that was like the tail end of the pandemic when I was doing that. I kind of do and don't want to do Skyblock. So like there's different versions of Skyblock. I was playing the one that was called Vanilla Sky, which tweaked some of Minecraft's like how a couple things work in the game. Encrypted, what's up, dude? How are you? How are things? So like you could get, one of the weird ones was you could get sand by using a coral, by running water over coral, and that produced sand. Like it messed with some of the game's mechanics, but basically it like removed everything from the world. So it'd be like this. Like all of the structures, where things would be, all of that are still in the game. All the biomes, they're still all there. But structure, things like the end portal frame, that would still be there. And you had to like find them and stuff. It was more of a technical type of playthrough. It's who did it? Not Nem, wasn't? No, not Nembomb. I forgot. There was a Sidecraft dude who did it and got me into it. How are things going, Encrypted? It has been quite a while. I am back for 2 weeks, and then I'm leaving for Japan next Friday. But finished my movie not last week, but the week before. Had a lot of work to do last week, kind of getting back into things after having worked. And now I got 2 weeks to stream, so I plan on being here. Pretty good, you guess? Pretty good. Pretty good is better than bad, I would say. Pretty good is better than bad. You bought a car. Oh, what kind of car? Oh, I have a dumb question. What be your dumb question, sir? What kind of car did you get? Wow. Hi. What be your question? Blink. Wound up getting a Mazda CX-30. I want to look and see. What color? Mazda CX-30. I am in need of an American. Okay. That's a nice looking car. Not too expensive either. Well, depending on which one you get, I guess. Did you get a new 2025? I am an American, I think. I guess so. I mean, it's weird to be considered an American because like I'm a North American and then there's South Americans. Technically, I am from the United States of America. Basically, there is a Pokemon plushie I really, really want. A Pokemon plushie? Okay, I heard there was a Pokemon shortage going on. What is the thing with this one? Let's see here. All-wheel drive. Automatic, of course. 26 city, 33 highway. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm a sucker for gas mileage. What is happening? Okay, there we go. I'm so used to my my little hybrid guy. But Pokemon Center, the company that makes the plushies, doesn't deliver to your country? Really? You need an American to buy it for you? Where do you buy from? Like, is this something you have to buy from like is it an American company? Or do you buy from an English company? Pokemon Center website. It's a pre-order. Deep Crystal Blue Mika was trying to figure out what the actual color. Who comes up with these color names? That can't be a Pantone color. Deep Crystal Blue Mika. What the heck? Send me a link. I'll take a look. So I would buy it and then ship it to you? It's a bit darker than I'd like, but it was either that or grayish white color. Ew. I think mine is called Moonlight Blue or something like that, or Midnight Blue. Yeah, but I would cover all the costs. Send me a link. Let's take a look at it off stream later. That was like, it's funny. My wife would, if she didn't get the color she wanted, she would have bought a completely different type of car. All she wanted was a Jeep in blue. That was about it. As long as those two requirements was met, she was happy with her car. I wish it closer to the blue of my truck. Oh, you wanted something that matched? Was that the original hope? Matching car to truck? Okay. I don't know. These two are going to be tricksy here. How I could probably do this. Not necessarily, but it would have been nice. Did you end up trading in your old car, or what did you do with the old one? My preference would have been something green. Oh, something green. It is a $400 life-size Jolton plushie. Do you know how much the shipping on that's going to be? Okay. I can't do that. If it's that much, that's not good. I thought you were going to say it's like $50. I have to keep my I know it's gonna sound weird, but I can't show too many. I know you will cover the cost, but I can't show money that big going in and out of my bank account right now. But it's hard to find green vehicles that aren't like neon or something. My friend that went with me to look at it, vehicles bought it. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's kind of cool. So here's the thing. If this was like a month later from today, I probably would have been fine doing it. But I am in the process of getting a mortgage, and I don't want anything weird being flagged in my transactions currently. So I would rather avoid it. I like, $100 fine, but $400 plus what would probably be another $400 or $500 in shipping, not so good. Because he couldn't stand seeing me trade it for $500. That's how much they were going to give it to you for. It's so weird to me. Like, what happened to like used cars being really expensive right now? Yet they're only going to give you like $500 for it. What are they going to do? Just scrap it? Worth a try. I have other Americans to fall back to, but options are running low. What happened to your Canadian friend? Can they get it in Canada? It might be cheaper to go through Canada. Yeah, I don't know if like the tariff nonsense that's happening would also mess with that. Privately selling it probably could have gotten like $2,000. Bed? Huh? Bed what? Boop, 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 boop. At night. Phantoms don't spawn down here. We are so low in the world. You don't have to worry about phantoms. And because it's just the two of us on, we have the, we don't have to worry about mobs because but I spawn? What? Okay. I sleep. It's fine. I have werewolf arches. But then I'd have felt compelled to disclose all the problems with it. Oh, I see what you're saying. So by just dealing, did your friend know all the problems with it, I hope? I hope your friend knew what they were getting themselves into. Okay. We're getting there. I feel like, that one might be a little tricksy. And you gave it to him for 500. Okay. Well, that's good then. That's a good deal. Friend bought it for $500. He might have the capability of fixing it. Might. I wonder what you could have gotten for scrap for something like that, though. Like, would it have been possible to actually scrap the thing and get like $1,000 out of it, just metals? I always wonder that. Is it worth it to just scrap it? You know what we did? So my last truck, I probably could have gotten like $3,000 for it. I don't have a Canadian car. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I do, but they're really inactive. I see. I've been pretty inactive myself, let's be fair. So I don't think they would respond in time. Gotcha. So I had this truck. I could have probably sold it for like $3,000. We ended up donating it to Habitat for Humanity. And it helped me considerably to donate it because it took a big dent out of what I would have owed in my taxes. So that was like well worth it. The big thing is it needs a head gasket replaced, which would cost more to have a mechanic do it than it's probably worth. I see. I had UK options, but all of them said no. And shipping that large a package from UK to Austria is weirdly not possible. Yeah, the problem is the size and cost. Like, if it was like a normal size plushie, like a makeshift size plushie, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. But like $400 is just way too much right now. It's a little crazy. But he has access to a mechanic with the tools to do it. So he would do the work himself, probably then, just at this mechanic's place. You were boxed. Do you have means of exiting said box? I would assume so. You're usually pretty well endowed with tools for such things. Okay, so we may have reached our limit. I'm watching. Oh, the teleportation method, of course. Of course. Always. Yeah, they could do it in a weekend or two at his shop. Mostly just need the tools and the confidence to lift the engine out. Oh, he's got to lift the whole engine out? Like, when they do that, does that like mean unplugging everything? I've always been like, how do you just lift the engine out? Don't you have to unplug all of the crap to do that? Or is an engine like actually modular in some weird way that I don't understand? That it's just like, yeah, you just pop this pin and then you can lift the whole thing out. Like, I don't get it. How does that even work? It varies by vehicle. I am one of those people who is not a car guy, but you have to disconnect the transmission. If you asked me what the difference between the transmission and the engine were, I'd have no idea. That's how dumb I am. And remove anything on top of it that would get in the way. Yeah, that's I don't even like what I don't know so many things when it comes to cars. Not particularly difficult in my old vehicle. So you at least understand it conceptually then, because that's something that my poor brain would struggle with. Okay, so how am I going to get this? This is where it's going to get a little tricksy. This block here is going to be even more impossible, but, well, maybe not. We'll see. So if I do this, and I do this, this should reach to that one pretty easily. Easier in some... Not particularly difficult in my old vehicle. Easier in some even older vehicles. Difficult in newer ones. Yeah, just don't have the room to really do it. And there's a good chance you'd screw something up. There's a good chance I would not have a working vehicle at all afterwards. And I'd probably hurt myself. There's a better chance that I'd hurt myself if I ever tried to do something like that. Yeah, no, normal plushies are boring and easy enough to get in my country. But a life-size one... that is special and hard to get. Also, it is only available for order for a limited time until the 19th specifically. Maybe somebody will end up posting it on eBay and you can buy it third hand. Engine lifts are actually surprisingly cheap. Like, to purchase a device that would lift an engine is cheap? Really? That's it? How much does an engine weigh? We have things that lift lights that are like $5,000. And I would have assumed an engine would have been heavier than a light. About the same size though. If you look at the size of like an 18K HMI, it's probably the same size as an engine, but like lighter in weight. But like 10 times more expensive to buy the thing to do it. I have one more American that I can request that is currently discussing with their only problem being that they might be moving. And if they cannot, then I'll have to ask my best friend. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I would, if it could wait a month till I'm back from Japan, I would have entertained the possibility. Like, oops. All good. Probably about 300 pounds ish. Yeah, an 18K is probably like 100 pounds. So light is definitely lighter than an engine for the car anyway. My truck would be heavier. Yeah, I think the heaviest light we ever have to lift is maybe like 150 pounds. And that's usually a multi-person job. Okay, so how am I going to do this? We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to power the block that Chaos is on. Yep, that extends the piston in Chaos's face. And then we do that. And then we break that. And that'll break that one right there. And then we should be able to move over and do this one. Unfortunately, not for this plushie. If I would want a different evolution, maybe, but I want the Jolteon one in specific because it is my favorite Pokemon. I see. Maybe you should buy some engine hoists then. I wonder. Hold on. I need to look at an engine hoist. I want to see what this thing looks like. Oh my god, it looks almost the same thing that we use. So it just doesn't have the extension. So there's this thing called a menace arm. A max menace arm, and it looks almost exactly like an engine hoist without the extension on it. Funny enough. I was about to talk with the pickaxe. But you do not have armor. I do not. Do I have any armor? I don't think I wear anything when I'm doing this. I do not. I don't want to go in the void and lose all my stuff, so I generally do this naked. I think technically you're supposed to put it on the engine stand to work on it. Oh, so this just lifts it up and then you put something underneath it? Kind of like how you lift a car up but don't trust the hydraulic lift. Oh, I see. Okay. So like, hold on. We have capabilities to do things here, right? Okay, let me do this. Chrome, you be good? You gonna open on the right monitor? Of course not. Okay. Max menace arm. So this is what we use. Zoom in. So it's basically the same thing, except we have this crazy extension that you can add onto. But it's got the base on wheels, and then these are different parts that you just slide in depending on how far out you want the light to go. But I feel like that looks pretty close to an engine hoist, right? Engine hoist. Like, come on. Like that to this? That's almost the same thing. But look at how expensive mine is. And it can only take 80 pounds. I mean, I guess that's a max extension. So like you're dealing with something that at 80 pounds, at that distance of, I don't know, 12 feet, the leverage might make it weigh 300 pounds. I don't know. Hello there. There could be that kind of an issue. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I'm like, Why is my thing $6,000? I really wonder if I could just modify an engine hoist to work with a light like that. You'd have to do something to deal with the extension though, and I think that's where it would probably fall apart. I have candles going in my back room because there's this weird smell and I don't know what it is, and it's been driving me up a wall. Arrow? What? So I have a lot of candles going because it's very stinky back here. Smells like bad meat. It's the only way I could describe it. I've been smelling this smell like weirdly lately. The moon. Oh no. We must sleep or else the wolf comes out. I'm almost done with my iced tea. We're good. It's daytime. Everything is fine. We have reached daytime light. So day. Yay day. Encrypted, have you been watching any of the streams or the repo stuff? I've been talking about repo a little bit. I really am like, it's one of those games that I'm like so on the fence about whether or not I'd enjoy playing it or if it's just a game that I'd enjoy watching people play. It's like right on the line for me. It might be fun to play, but it might be way better to just watch people play it. I've been debating whether or not I should just get it and try it myself for a bit. I think, yes, we did get far enough where this one's taking over. Buy it on Steam, play around, see if you like it. If not, refund it. Yeah. There's a better chance I would enjoy it. There is a better chance I would enjoy it than Phasmo. Enjoy that game more than Phasmo. Under 2 hours, you can refund. Really? I've never tried to do the whole refund thing. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's only $10. Repo is goofier. I think that's why I kind of like it a little bit. I don't know that I'd be good at it at all. I'm also wondering if I should just wait for the next update because it seems like so much stuff is getting overhauled in it. I already get the vibe that those guys are getting bored with it, watching them play it, because it seems to have like they've reached the level cap almost. Who cares? Just tumble and become a basketball. I mean, I don't know how difficult. I see them do some things. It is very repetitive. That is the only problem that I have. Is it definitely feels like one of those games that gets way too repetitive. I mean, that was the same problem with like Lethal Company and Headliners. You know, you do it a couple times, you get the gimmick, and then it's like, what's the point? They're good social games for sure. And I think any of those social games run into the same issue. It's kind of like how Among Us was. It's a cool base concept, but you do it enough and it's kind of like, I don't know. I did enjoy watching they did the Among Us 3D stream. That was pretty fun. Skiz and Impulse going at each other on that was actually hysterical. Among Us has mods now. Among Us has tons of mods. I mean, so does Repo though. Repo has a Minecraft map mod, which I thought was kind of cool. So I'll be curious to see if those guys do any more Among Us streams, or if they're like did it and they're like, okay, we've had enough. It's not different enough. I mean, when they played it, the 3D version for like the first time in a while, it seemed like they were done with it pretty quick because they moved on to the other game mode before the end of the stream. So people like Alfred kept playing it with the role mods, and they mix up available roles and rule sets changes to keep it fresh. I bet if like those mods came to the 3D version of the game, they might go that way. I'm not sure. It's definitely a balancing act when you work with mods like that, because some mods like they were doing with repo made it way like they were way too OP, and it made the game almost like super boring, which is unfortunate. Boop 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 boop. Okay, so I wonder, I'm pretty sure all of this has to come from that side. So let's do this. Thank you. I couldn't get to it in time. I tried to tab out, but then I realized I actually have to grab the other mouse and keyboard. I think after Tokyo, I might try and I'm adding a word to block list. So, okay. For against bots. Yeah, if you're noticing like a pattern that they're using, do it. I want to get a better streaming setup going on after I get back. Once I get this new house, there is a finished basement in this new house. And I think that will make streaming at other times of the day a lot easier, because I could go down there and stream at night and not bother the wife. So I think I'm going to make like a full-on better streaming setup there. Because I also think that's like one of the reasons who knows? It's probably lack of consistency, but I think it would be cool to be able to stream at different times of the day. I need up ear. What? I need up ear. Ippies. What? Yuppies? Uppie? What? Do you need rockets? Uppies. Are you making a repo reference? Uppies. Block here. Where? Right there? Uppies. I love when Jem does that. I started saying that to my dog to get her into the car. When I want her to jump into the back seat of the car, I go, uppies. And she jumps into the back then. It's cute. Okay. Nice. These did reach. What's good about going at this side is it starts to close in over here. So like it gets closer, closer. Trying to fit in here. What? Where are you trying to fit? What are you? Here. You're trying to get into that while it's moving? Oh, that looks painful. That looks like a lot of pain. Okay. And then if we do this to this, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Getting there. We are getting there. We might need to be doing the bedrock layer here in a second. We're very close. How many are we away? One. I got to get to this layer. I was punched through the slime. I'm not surprised that glitched out. It's, whoa, what is happening here? Do you see this, or is this a me thing? Chaos, do you see this? Is it... Okay, it's just a me thing then. Because on my stream, it's definitely a double-headed piston. So I guess if I'm standing here for you, it must look like I'm floating then? Weird. Very weird. I was floating. Okay, so definitely a my stream thing. Will that go away? Why? Oh, super weird. Okay, there. I don't know why it freaked out like that. I haven't seen that before. Sometimes this does cause some very strange occurrences. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And then, oh, you okay? My pupper is laying next to me. I felt so bad. in the middle of the night, she had like a really bad dream or something. She was doing that crazy like doggy yippy thing when they're like struggling with the sleep. And I was like, I didn't want to wake her up because you're not really supposed to, let sleeping dogs lie and all that. But I felt so bad. I just heard her like whimpering. And she was definitely dreaming because I've heard her make that sound before, but it was like, it lasted a while. Usually it's a quick thing. She does it for like a minute or two and then it's done. There is a stalker. Huh? Huh? Never mind. Skeleton horse. I mistook her for a skull. Oh. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be yawning. More tea. I am running into this realization that the thing I don't like about streaming at this time is like my body wants to be napping right now. And I don't know how to avoid that. I don't want to be tired right now. That seems like a waste of time to be tired right now. Granted, the stress of this whole house thing hasn't been good for me. I haven't been sleeping much in general. So I think that's been doing we did just eat. I just ate. I think the eating is what makes me tired. Although I didn't really have that many carbs. We had a Brussels sprout flatbread pizza kind of thing. What is this? Smokey. Yo, dude. Long time indeed. I've been away. I'm back for the next 2 weeks. How are you, sir? How are things going? How is stuff? I think that does that. That would break that line. And then that goes there. Amazing. We got to go repair my pickaxe here. Let's do this. We'll repair the pickaxe, and then we're going to do the bedrock layer. We're very close. So we'll do this layer, which is the bedrock, and we'll take it up to here, and then we just have to do that little section. Oh, at night again. It's night. No werewolves. Good. I'm about to pass my college, and last week I was in Korea, so it's been good. Wow, dude. Has it been that long already? Well, it's 2025, yeah. Time is a weird thing. I need to study biology, but I mentally can't. I know when that happens. I understand. Sometimes the brain is just donezo. I feel ya. I feel that. Sometimes the heart says yes, but the mind says, I need a nap. I 100% understand that. Okay, let's grab these because I also want to repair this stuff. And then we'll need this. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of this. Let's do this. Nard, what did I study in university? So I did a dual major in film and theater. So I majored in film and theater at college. Those were kind of my two big things. That's why I work in the film industry. Well, no, I work in the film industry because I want to work in the film industry. College for me was such a waste of money. But that is more to do with my industry than anything else, honestly. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I hit the button. It's been a minute. Jeez Louise, how do I repair stuff? Hi, guys. Luckily, this is... I don't want to go all the way to the end. This is right here. This is pretty quick. I have animal care and English. Animal care. Were you studying to become a vet? Which is an unfortunate combo. Why is it an unfortunate combo? Well, are you studying just biology? What are you studying? 2 majors? That is stressful. Oh, a zookeeper. Oh, okay. Interesting. The thing about my majors was, again, they were film and theater. So it was a lot of workload, kind of, but it was also like it was film and theater. Making movies and working on plays. Like it's not a lot of studying, if you know what I mean. I don't have to memorize a lot of stuff. I just have to do a lot of things, you know? So it's like it uses a different part of your brain that I think lends itself to be able to handle more stuff. Because I didn't really have to memorize much at all, you know? I may get an internship as a teacher, though. An internship as a teacher. When I was like in high school, before I went out to college, like one of my summer jobs was actually a substitute teacher. Oh, like practical exams. Yeah, there wasn't like practical exams. There was nothing like that I ever had to deal with. You know, it was like your final project is to make a 5-minute movie. Like, okay, cool. I could do that in a weekend, you know? And I also like had been doing theater and film before I went to college. So I didn't really learn anything. I had already known how to do the majority of the stuff by the time I got there. So it was kind of just like, I was just along for the ride and just doing the things that I normally did. So it wasn't really a big ordeal for me to do 2. I did 2 mostly because I was kind of bored. That was me with English. Yeah, so you know, you kind of get the idea then. Now, like if I had gone for like physics or robotics or something like that, I went to the wrong portal. There's no way I would have been able to be doing 2. I would have lost my damn mind. Like I wouldn't have been able to handle that much information, you know? You grew up with English and German. Wait, so English here, learning English here is different than learning English there. You, I guess then we're learning English as like a language and not like okay, interesting. I was thinking about it differently then. So I guess that makes sense, the teaching part of it. That makes way more sense then. Okay, let's put this away. I don't have much in the way of pistons. I guess I could use the sticky pistons. How are we on wool too? Oh, shnikes. Is that really all I have left for wool? I don't actually think that's enough wool to maybe. No, I don't think it is. I don't think that's enough wool. Okay, let's go. Let me go see if I have any wool at the wool farm. There's a chance not. And if not, we'll just do the best we can. Though again, teacher is interesting. I have the theoretical knowledge to work with children, but it's still surprising. I see. How are we doing? No wool there. Zoop, zoop, zoop. I mean, yikes. Okay. So there's no more white wool. I don't really want to use any of these other colors. Yoink. Okay, we're gonna do our best, and hopefully that's good enough. Make it a rainbow? No, because it's all gonna fall in the void. That's the problem. I only want to use stuff that I don't mind losing. It's all going away once we're done here. It would be nice if I could like somehow pick this stuff back up, but like it's impossible. I mean, it's not impossible. It's very difficult. The one way that I found to actually do this, if you do this, if you put a bucket of water down, okay, and then you stand like this in the bucket of water, you can break it and you can kind of pick up the wool like that. But good Lord, is that tedious. That is way, way too tedious for what we're doing here. Like, no thanks. Not doing that. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I think if I do, you know what? Actually, over here we can make this simple. We can do boop, 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 like that. Okay, cool. Very good. This should work. We have to turn these back on. Boop, boop. Just cover it in wool, flood the darn thing, then clean up with sponges. It's not as simple as that, unfortunately. It's definitely not as simple as that. Because once you remove all of the wool, you then have to put a bunch back to place the sponges in places. Because otherwise, what are you placing the sponges on? You know what I mean? You're basically going to have void water. And you'll have to pillar out to place the sponge while also being pushed back by the water that you've placed. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, which is always possible. Boop, 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 boop. That one went straight down. I guess this one could go straight down too, right? Hold on. Let's do better here. Do this. No, I mean with an ocean maker on top. An ocean maker? Huh? So you can build out from the edge of the perimeter. Still sounds like more work than what is actually needed to do this. Boop. Oh God. I have placed too many blocks. Your loss. Probably. My loss of wool. Why? What's happening? What I really, so that's one of the interesting things about the new update that I am looking forward to is with the new update, the wool farm will just kind of run in the background and it'll still be collecting stuff. So why are only 2 of 3 of these active? Because I'm not close enough to the other machine yet to turn it on. I got to get a little bit closer to it, and then I could use it. There's no point in turning it on until I can actually pull the redstone signal from it. And I prefer to go from this side. Otherwise, I need to be shaken, not stirred. I'll turn it on for you then. Hold on. The problem coming from this side right now that I'm trying to avoid is I'll be breaking the bedrock that I'm standing on to place the pistons, so it gets a little bit more sketch. So I try and avoid it. Come on. Why no go? See, I hate having to do it with this pulsing redstone. It's so not as useful, as reliable. See, that one didn't go. That one didn't go. That one didn't go. That one went. That one didn't go. That one went. Didn't go. Didn't go. Didn't go. Like, the majority of them did not go. Maybe I should see how far I could get if I put it back here. If we do that, and then we do this, and then we do this. Okay, so let's see. How far will these stay on? Ooh, this one is pulling from the other side. Yummy void. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. It's probably void tastes great. What does the void taste like? Oreos? Like black Oreos? Or like licorice? What would you assume it tastes like? Weird question. Grilled chicken. That was not on my ideas of what the void would taste like. I'll be honest there. I would not have gone with grilled chicken. That would not have been my first choice. But I guess that makes sense as a vegetarian. Why would I pick grilled chicken? Okay, see that doesn't go far enough. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with it because it just doesn't go far enough, and I'm gonna have to just keep moving it every 2 seconds. I'm technically pescatarian, so I eat fish. But my joke is kind of like, I don't eat anything with a neck. That's usually what I tell people. Oh, it's pulling the signal from here, so it's getting double booped. Combination, health and moralistic reasons. Combination of things. Okay, let's do you. Boop you. You boop this way. We booping. We bopping. We bippity boppity booping. Great. Great. Okay, cool. And then I guess we'll just do this and just try and deal with it. I'm under it. Then we'll put this back here towards here. Considering murdering cause unresolved. Again, I'm pescatarian. I do eat fish. So if that changes it a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, that is a plus for you. Okay. It's not all bad then. The fish is balancing it out a little bit. But a lot of vegetarians are very annoying. I try and be like the least annoying vegetarian. I do not care what anybody else eats. And I will never tell anybody you can't eat what you want to eat. I do not care. It is my personal thing. And whatever anybody else does is fine by me. You do you, buddy. That's how I live my life. You do you. Unless you're physically harming me in some way. Mentally harming me, I can deal with it. Physically harming me, good. Your death count stays 128. I have the worst death counter. I need to change that to something else. I need to put something more interesting up there. I don't commit murder in games. You have to say that legally, right? Just to be safe. Just cover yourself. Boop, boop, boop. What would you like it to be? I don't know. No. I don't mean my death counter. I just mean like a different statistic, not the number. I wanted to track something else, but I just don't know what would be an interesting thing to track up there. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. See, that took so much wool already. I hate that I'm yawning. I absolutely hate that. I mean, could also do 911 for a death counter. I mean, I just don't want to do the death counter anymore. I want something more interesting. Oh, wait, this doesn't need to be here. This is the corner. Okay, that goes away. That corner is done. Never seen a plane in Minecraft before? A plane? What? What are you seeing? So like a flying machine up there? I don't understand. Oh boy. Okay, cool. Glad you didn't pick up on that. It was a terrible joke. I mean, yeah, I'm dumb. So I'm also streaming. So there's that. Picking up on stuff does not work sometimes when I'm streaming. Boop. Ah! Okay. Come on. This one will not go. I couldn't imagine ever having to have done this with like the TNT method. If I didn't learn this method, this never would have happened. There would never have been a hole in the ground if I didn't learn how to do this stupid thing. Come on, be more useful. There we go. Okay, watch out. This is all going to void. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Who else has that stuck in their head? I blame Grian. I've watched way too much Repo. Could display player kills or rage quits. I mean, I don't think rage quits are a stat. Player kills. I don't know that we want to put that because then people might actively try and get that number higher. That song randomly pops in my head too, but it's done that for years. Oh, really? Rage quitted is a stat? I don't think so. There is no rage quitted stat. And I'm not going to look because I know it's not. I only started having this song because of Grian. And every time I'm watching it, go to lolcat. Oh, is it because of the lolcat language? That's why it says rage quit? Times left. I'm just curious what that even is in general. Times left. Time played 104 days. Okay. That's a lot of hours, right? You times that by 24 hours. Time since last test, time since last rest, time with world open. You would assume those are the same. Time slept in bed. Below player kills. Statistic. Player kills 1. Raids triggered. Number of deaths. Weird. It doesn't show it there for me. Or maybe it's just lower. Water taken from a cauldron. 588. Trap chest triggered. Traded with villagers. Time slept in a bed. Time played. Targets hit. 42. Talked to villagers. Sneak time. I've spent 4.83 days sneaking. Shulker box is open. Shulker box is cleaned. Apparently I've cleaned 3 shulker boxes. Player kills. Plants potted. Only 9. That's sad. Weird. This is 131 deaths, but I definitely have 128 listed. Note blocks tuned. Note blocks played. Mob kills. Jumps. Items enchanted. Wait, hold on. What'd you say? Wait, what is rage quitted then? Is it not that? Wait. I just assumed it was times left the game or something. But I didn't. I think there's a lolcat only statistic. Are you trolling me? Okay, hold on. Options. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I feel like you're trolling me right now, but we're gonna see. No. Options, statistics. Okay, so you said it was under player kills. So we're gonna take a picture of this. Okay, and then we're going to switch to lolcat. There's an ant crawling on my keyboard. Oh my god, it's in my keyboard. An ant just crawled into my keyboard. What the crap? That's disgusting. Okay, there it is. Go away. I kill you. That was terrifying. That was absolutely terrifying. I hated that. I hated everything that just happened. Options, language, lolcat, done. See, I hear Scar talk about ants crawling on him sometimes, and I'm like, what? That seems insane. And now an ant was just crawling on my keyboard. It was close enough to being crawling on me. Catistics. Whoa, these are in totally different orders, I think. Hold on, let me try and line this up. So, the problem is they're not in the same order because they're by alphabetical. No, time since last rip. Okay, so this is 1.78. They're just not in the right order. Rage quitted. 2588. Yeah, it's just a different order because it's by alphabet. So 2588. So if we want to Oh God, how do I get out of this? There we go. English. Done. And then we go to done. Statistics. Okay, so we're looking for the number 2588, right? There it is. Games quitted. Quitted? Quit. Games quit. There it is. But leave me alone. I'm not like freaking out that I have ants crawling on me. Where did that guy come from? I don't even understand. That was gnarly. I hate everything about that. Okay, let's put the bed down. Keep going. Criminy. Messed up. I didn't even finish this row yet. I'm all kerfuzzled. No with the ants. It's just wrong. It is that time of year though. This time of the season, the ants get janky. It's so annoying. When it gets like really warm out and they start like coming out and stuff, is bad. It's very bad. Me no likey. I need to get like an ant trap back here. The ants get freaky. The ants get very freaky. And by freaky I mean they freak me out. Not like freaky with each other or anything. Not that we're going to discuss the secret lives of ants, but you know what I mean. Come on, just break the bedrock, please. I feel like I have things crawling on me. I am like spazzing now. I don't know what that is. Like after you see a crawly like that. Last week, we got back from the dog park and I found a tick on me. Dude, it was not pleasant. And then I told my wife and she was like, I feel like I have things crawling on me for the rest of the day. Just the thought of it, you just get so paranoid. Boop, I'd love to stop having to do it this way, but I don't think we're close enough to start using the other machine yet. I mean, that just took so much wool. I only have 2 stacks left. I don't know, man. I don't know enough. I used to have ants. Oh, it's on the mic stand. It's on the mic stand. Sorry. Nasty. I'm freaking out. I used to have ants in my current home 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know if it's the same one. Is there like an army of ants? Hold on. I don't like see. I don't see like a bunch of ants. I just keep seeing like one. I don't understand. I am gonna freak out soon. I am struggling with this. I am struggling with the ants. These ants are not great right now. Did not have that on the bingo card for my first stream back in a while, to be dealing with ants. I'm going to contribute to the nonsense that is that repo song. Okay, cool. Yeah, next row. Great. I don't know if anybody else has a wool farm, but I guess I could just use a different color. I really was trying to avoid it. This is so annoying. There's no way the other machine would reach here yet. No. Okay, there we go. I think I'm going to just say whatever and use a different color soon. I just need to AFK over there. Okay, so what I'm hearing. What are you hearing? You're hearing rainbows? Gimme. Is that I need to find an ant mod and trick you into playing it. I don't think so. I don't think in game I'd have a problem with it. It's like with Satisfactory. My wife plays with the cats on because she can't stand the spiders. I could care less in game. I could care less. I am generally speaking not super freaked out by stuff in games. I mean, even when we were playing Phasmo, I wasn't like spazzing out. Like I don't really get scared by that kind of stuff. I get more scared by watching a scary movie than I do by playing a scary game. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low.
It does not feel 81 out. What does the temperature say inside? I'm gonna have to turn the AC on. I feel like somewhat warm. TwitchCon call for content is open. I don't think I'm going to TwitchCon this coming year. I did last year, but I feel like the hermits have hermited out. So I don't think they're going to really do much with TwitchCon. I could be wrong, but okay. So what I'm hearing is that if I move to Canada, I need to make a large ant colony and bring it over to I mean, if it's in like one of those glass things, I actually had one of those like ant farms as a kid. I don't like them crawling on me or my stuff. That's the problem. If they're in like some sort of, container, I don't really care. I just don't like the feeling of that. What about bees? Yeah, bees or whatever. I don't have an issue with bees. I'm not one of those people that like freaks out if they have a bee flying around their face. It doesn't. I don't know. I've never really been bothered by bees. There are like a bee once landed on me. Did you care? You pet it. I wouldn't pet a bee. I would just ignore it, but I see where you're going. There are like, do you know what a stink bug looks like? It was nice and chill. I fed a sugar water too. Oh, yeah. I don't mind bees. Stink bugs, and there's this really weird like type of centipede that like hangs out around Buffalo. Those freak me out. Those I don't like. Those are the ones that really are bad. Especially stink bugs. I don't know what it is, but the smell that the stink bugs make when you kill them is just nauseating to me. And I just don't like the way they look. Okay. Void and void. And then boop, 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 boop. Oh, boop, 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 boop. Great. Very good. Are you feeding me? I will take your golden carrots. My carrot. I carrot you back. Okay, so this corner doesn't need any, so we're going to do that. When I was younger, I had a bee fly through the window of my car I was in and crawl through my hair all the way across my head before flying away. That kind of traumatized me. I mean, that, like, if I had but it didn't sting you though, did it? Ow, ow. If it didn't sting you, was it just the fact that it was crawling on you that freaked you out? I guess I don't like ticks. Ticks I don't like. Let's add that to the family of insects. No longer go with the window down. It didn't, but I held apps. Oh, you were like freaking out that you would get stung then. I see. Faithful Grian on cart and repo recreation. I get hit and roll up in a ball. Hey guys, what do you think repo stands for? Oh, the tales we tell. I also have wait, hold on. I also no longer have hair, but not because of the bee. I shaved my head and decided to go completely bald because I once found an insect in my hair. Yeah, that's really why I don't have any hair on my head anymore. It was the insect incident. Okay, so this is why I don't like doing it from this direction. This gets a little bit more sketch, as you'll see. But boom. It just auto breaks the bedrock. So if I'm accidentally a little too close, I go falling. It's a little bit more dangerous. Okay, and boop, and okay, that one won't because it's directly connected to it. Bees stuck in the hair are unfortunate. I know what you have to do as a beekeeper when that happens, but I do not like it. I mean, any, I don't, maybe we're disturbing some people here, but just insects in general on my body is a no-go. Nothing about that is pleasant. It's all stressful and gross. This is going to be questionably difficult to reach. I guess theoretically from the other side I could. Let's see how far we got. Oh. Okay, so in theory, can I do this? This is a weird little trick. Yeah, okay. See that? I don't know why that works. But somehow it does. It's like this block is powered and somehow I'm sending the power. I guess it's quasi connectivity. I'm basically getting the power from this block kitty cornered down to this block here. And that's how I've been able to extend certain things when they're like weird. And now it's just going fine. Maybe I just needed that block there. I don't know. But it definitely is a lot harder to break the bedrock. There we go. Bees are always pleasant. They do not sting unless they panic. But I know that as a beekeeper, if you have a colonies trust you, can just put your hand in the beehive and hold bees without any issues. Some may even be able to extract honey without sting. That's crazy. I don't like wasps. Wasps are a different story. Wasps and hornets, I'm saying wasps. We're like the S's on the wasps is getting a little crazy. Wasps need to die. I'm glad you shared that same sentiment at the very least. Those things are horrendous. Those guys and hornets are the worst. And where we live, we have these things called deer flies. Those bite like the dickens. Those are so painful. Don't ever want to get bit by a deer fly. Okay, so that's that side. And that's that side. So bum 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 bum. Oh, I didn't get enough. I am so gonna run out of wool doing this. Yeah, hornets are annoying. I'm telling you. It's so not cool. I don't like hornets. And if I see any sign of a hornet nest, that thing is gone within 2 seconds. I'm a bit into anthro characters, not furry, because I don't want to be an anthro animal or animal myself for that matter. But I was thinking about making a wasp and mosquito character duo that are just too big because they act like that. I mean, yeah, basically. Like mosquitoes, you might not know, maybe this reference is not like a great one, but like they're like, mosquitoes are like the Karens of the insect world. New moon and chill. Full moons are the worst, right? Okay, so this is the same thing. We can force this one by doing this and this. That forces it up. And then we do this. Like that. I love that works. Yes, the urges. Nice. We're getting closer, and I'm going to definitely be using the other one as much as I can. Once I'm as far away as possible, these things actually can come down. It feels like Kushu has his... Okay, we're just going to sleep to just, deal with it. I think you're giving a block update. Oh, that's why it's actually working like that? That one is chill. Yeah, but just in case. So wait, hold on. Block update. So if I did that, wouldn't that be considered a block update? Oh, I asked how a full moon feels, I see. It's like, wouldn't that work technically then? As opposed to, oh, weird. Okay. So placing it and then breaking it. Interesting. So I didn't need to go through all those extra steps then. Interesting. Oh, but so the real question is, okay, so I can't get to this one. But I could maybe, how am I going to get to this block right here? This one's going to be tricksy. Okay, so this is not powered. This would not be powered. Would it be powered from here? If I put a block there, is that powered? Okay, that's how we're going to end up doing it then. Okay, cool. I just get it from the other side. Yeah, actually, I should switch this and go with as much as just quasi. That's what I was thinking when I was doing with the redstone block, but I guess it doesn't even need that. It's just quasi powered from the last powered line in the redstone line. Abracadabra. Boop. Ah, are you kidding me? I didn't switch what was in my hand. Okay. Dude. Oh, gotta be careful. Forgot about the redstone side of things. We're breaking bedrock. Oh, derp. That was derp. I need to go from the outside. How far does this go on this side? Just to there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. If I ever start a new world, I'm probably going to use this method over TNT to get up to the nether roof. Honestly, it's just so better. You can make these really small too. You don't need like the craziness that is all of this. You literally can just have a redstone signal like this, and then I'm pretty sure it's just one. This is using two. I think I was able to do it where it was like just this, and as long as this kept turning on and off fast enough, you could do it with just one piston. I think I had to use a smart piston like that, but I was able to do it with just one little setup like that. It's not as like, oh, almost jumped into the void. It's not as reliable, obviously, as like breaking it up 3 times, but it does work. You could make these contraptions super small. Like this is only using the back half of this. This whole thing could go away and it would still technically work. If I put it here, it wouldn't, because it would directly power the redstone that was here. But there are ways to do it with just even one of those kind of things. At some point, I really should gonna lurk and play some far. Have fun, dude. Thanks for stopping on the server, hanging out for a bit. At some point, I should really like design my own super small one for like quick and dirty situations where I need to just set one up in like 2 minutes. Because as long as the piston itself that is getting powered stays up, it's good. Still here in case of modding duties. I appreciate it. Okay. Here, I guess for the most part, we're almost good. Can this even reach to these? I don't even know. Hold on, let's see. I guess we do this. So what did we do? We did this. We did this, and then we broke it. Oh, that's so much easier. Love it. Amazing. Cake. And then update that. Boom. Piston there. Okay. And that's going to give us the ability to break this one. Yeah, these ones are all going to have to get broken from around here. Okay, so we'll come back to that side. Let's get this side going. What time is it? 2:45. Just checking something real quick. So yeah, it's been the past month has been a little bit stressful between work and house stuff. We found a house, okay, in Beacon in the Hudson Valley. And it was pretty dang perfect. We put an offer in on it. We didn't get outbid or anything. And we got it. So we got a contract signed, and then we had to do all of the stuff to go through the mortgage process. So that's currently what's happening now. We're kind of waiting. It's in underwriting. The underwriters have it. So that takes about a week and a half. Hoping to close the day we get back from Japan. They wanted to close June 3rd, but I'm like, I'm out of the country. I can't close then. But they were fine, like waiting till we got back, luckily. Which also, I've never closed on a house that quick. So June 3rd just seemed insane to me to begin with. But it's in Hudson Valley. So we had to buy that. We had to redo our whole pre-approval because these people didn't like that our original pre-approval on the mortgage was like contingent on us selling the condo that we had down there. So we had to pull some strings so that way we were able to get a mortgage without selling the condo. But the second we got the contract for buying this place, we started the process of selling the condo. So that's been a whole thing the past 2 weeks while we were down there because we didn't have anywhere to go with the dogs when people were showing it. So we like kept having to like sit in the car with the dogs on some unfortunate rainy days while people were looking at it. And then our condo, we got very lucky, kind of went into a bidding war. And we are now, the contract's going out today to the people who won. We have to do a little bit of work on the place. I guess we had to be out of the house for like 2 hours on Friday as they did the inspection on the place. That was no fun in the rain with the dogs in the car for 2 hours. They just kept whining the whole time. But I guess they found like a little potential mold area. So they asked us to have that remediated. So we're not down there anymore. We're done being down there. Our realtor is handling it for us. But the past month was just very intense with buying the house, selling a house, and the fact that none of it's going to get locked in and be done till like we get back from Japan. I'm just hoping that I'm not sitting there stressing about it the entire time we're in Japan. I don't think I will be. I feel like now that contracts and things are taken care of, it's not going to be as much of a concern, you know? It just is kind of a waiting game at this point. But that was another reason why last week was not a streaming week. Just had a lot going on. But what is really cool about this new place is it does have a finished basement that is like the perfect area to turn into a streamer room where I can then stream whenever I want during the day without interrupting the wife, which will hopefully expand when I can stream. And that was kind of something we were looking at when we were trying to find the new house. Is I definitely wanted to make sure there was somewhere where I could have like a dedicated streaming room. And this place luckily had that, which was cool. If we do this. Wait, is this not hooked up? Okay, so why is that trick not working here? Is it not powered far enough over? Nope, should be powered. Okay, so this trick is not working at this spot. So let me see if my other trick works. So, but that one does. Why? I don't understand. That's super freaking weird. I have no idea why that happened. The headless piston is the wrong direction. The only thing I would ever want if I ever got another house is a larger garage and enough room to also have a shed. We got lucky. We did get a shed. I'm very happy about that. We do have a nice shed. The garage is not huge, but I don't know. I don't really like dealing with a garage anyway. We have a garage in Buffalo, and it's a pain in the butt. We generally don't even park in the garage. I guess the only benefit about this garage, it's actually attached to the house, so we might use it a little bit more. Our one in Buffalo is not attached. Separate the lawnmower, lawn care junk from the garage. Ours is all in the garage here. Won't have to do that there. So that is a pretty big benefit. How did I think I was getting this before? Was it from here? That doesn't even make sense because that can't be powered. Right? Like, what did I do? Yeah, that is interesting. And be able to park both cars and a truck in there. My current garage isn't deep enough for me to park my truck in and not really wide enough either. And also have my car in. Oh, so it's like a little bit bigger than a one car then. Okay, how do I mean this there's no way. Oh, I know. What am I doing? This is very easy. We'll just do this trick over here. So we take you, we do this, we move you forward by one, and then we go from here. It's called a two-car, but it isn't really. I see. Our one in Buffalo is definitely two-car. We during the winter can fit both our cars in there. Sorry, what now? Okay. You can't be doing that. I don't have another direction to really do this from easily. Okay, I could try going from here. Ugh, I hate this. Nope. I'm going to get knocked off the edge. Okay, so will you work? I don't know what's going on. This one is having problems again. There's got to be something wrong with this one. Hold on. Schematics on. Let me turn it off. I feel like there's something messed up about this one. But I don't know if I could get out of the car afterwards. Wait, hold on. Technically, if I had another else in there, I could park two cars. But I don't know if I could get out of the car afterwards. Might have to crawl. Technically, if I had nothing else in there, I might be able to park two cars. But I don't know if I could get in there. Might have to crawl out the trunk. Don't know how I made that typo. It was one of those typos where I was like attempting to figure it out, but it was hard. Okay, so what is screwed up here? Nothing. This is all correct. I don't think the bedrock, I'm past the bedrock. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. This one just gets really funky. Okay, let's try it again. Nope. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Okay. Let's try. I guess I could try this kind of a thing. This is killing me. Because it's just going to keep getting stuck. I don't. Okay, maybe if I take the redstone from behind it. Whoa. Okay, that time no, but that had a more predictable behavior. Okay. This is so annoying. Okay, let's do this. Do I only have 15 left? I have less than a stack left. Yikes, that's not good. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's move this forward. Clear that one. That goes there. This goes here. This goes here. Okay, now let's bring the signal straight through and try this at a different signal direction? Maybe? Okay, well that did not work. Let's try again. Oh, wait. Last time, didn't I switch it to not be sticky pistons and it randomly worked? Hold on. We're going to try this. Last time, I had this problem. I switched it to regular pistons and it magically just fixed itself. If I could get it to go. Struggling. I'm struggling. Come on. Okay, that time. Yes. I don't understand. I don't even know why that happens. Why did it work with a regular piston, but the sticky piston was giving it issues? It's so bizarre. So bizarre. Okay. Where are we? I'm all lopsided and confused here. Okay, this is all done. Whatever, we're good. We can move on with life. See how these two react. That's more what the outcome I was hoping would be. Yep, great. Okay. Cool. Oh, God. I'd love it if I had enough to just get past this. Those are all on, right? Okay. Cool. How far? How far go? Ooh, not quite the whole way yet. Oh, but how are we going to get this one now? Okay, let's try and get everything at the same level. I'm going to make this a little bit easier on myself. Boop that over. Nope. Do that. And then do that, like that. And then that goes there. Okay, so this is all like that now. Yeah. Let's get it all up to here, I guess. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We working. Okay, so this is not hitting that. So let's do this. Da doop. Da doop. I am losing so many pistons. It's okay. I want them in line, right? So this is in line with that. Cool. And boop. And that. Okay. So that's good. And then we just need one more layer over here. And this should be in line. Yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. Very good. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Beautiful. Oh, no. Oh, well. So the that raid farm that we did before I went on break, that thing's killer. I'm definitely using that thing quite a bit. I am very pleased with how much stuff we actually get out of that raid farm, man. That thing is awesome. It's so good. And I still feel like I haven't seen any really good videos of anybody having made one like that yet. It's surprising. Nice. I went on vacation and never revisited it when I came back. Yeah, I mean, I was, I built the one on the server and I was done after that because it was like, this works perfectly. It gets almost the same rates as a witch farm. You still feel like it's probably possible to simplify it. I think the hardest thing with trying to simplify it that I just gave up on was not figuring out how to get the same rates from one spawn chamber. The only way Okay, switching. The only way I was ever able to get those crazy rates was the 2 spawn chambers. And I tried like different axes and different orientations and stuff to see if like that weirdness mattered. Never was able to get it any different. It's a random car horn going off in the distance. Okay, I'm not gonna have enough wool for this. Okay, I can do this. Now, are you gonna be simple? Nope. See, look, no, doesn't work here. But this one, if we do it this way, it does work like that. I don't understand why some of them I still have to do the old way. Doesn't make any sense. I screwed up. Whoa, calm down. I probably could just put a redstone block on it and it would work. I probably don't need to go as weird as I'm going with it. And Sheboygan. Nice. Okay, so we just got to bring those guys up. We're almost to the point where this whole layer can be done. I think I could do that with the wool that I have. Hopefully. And boo boo. No, come on. Boom. Nope. Yeah, I want to be done with using those back ones because they're so annoying. Their consistency is just greatly reduced. Come on. I'm looking forward to the update so that way I can have farms running when I'm not there and have things like wool being produced when nobody's around. That'll be nice. I haven't tested the update to see if it's screwed with my piston stuff yet. So I'm really hoping that I can get this done before the summer update so that I don't even have to deal with it anymore. Although I probably should always test it because I use this in so many different ways. Even like I'm doing stuff with it on the nether roof to like connect nether tunnels and stuff. Oh. Okay. I thought I had an ant crawling on me. I'm freaking out. Wait, what just happened? Okay, nothing. Nothing. I'm like constantly having to keep an eye on my emails to just see if like any of these people with the house stuff are like requiring more documents or dealing with anything. Last week and the week before would have just been impossible, not just because of the stress and how much like stress kills my creativity, but like the constant emails of like, we need this from you now. We need this from you now. And I hate the idea of anybody having to wait on me for something, especially in those situations when it's like, I want this thing to get taken care of as quick as possible. I needed to just get stuff done. And that was probably one of the biggest struggles with streaming would have been like, I feel like anytime I would have gotten an email of having to take care of something, I would have just had to stop streaming to do it. Run too much of a risk of like that stuff showing up. I mean, like there would be no way I could do that while streaming, dealing with that stuff. Insane. Okay, so you need the special thing. Oh, I was going to try the other trick there. Oh, well, whatever. We're here. We're done with it. It's fine. And Sheboygan. Cool. I don't think... I'm not sure, but I don't think there's going to be a good way to get these powered. I could probably do this one. Okay. So I do that and I remove that. Nope. I have to do this and then that. Nope. There's no real way to do it except for mine. my way here. Oh well. But if I do this, then we do this. Ah. Yeah. See, that's annoying. Boop. And remove that, and then it goes up, and it's all Gucci. Cool. I am very much so gonna sneeze. So I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I saw like the Go XLR doesn't seem to be discontinued anymore. The Mini, like I see it on sale new now again. Are they like supporting it again? Like what? Do you know what's going on with that? I'm like debating getting another Go XLR Mini because I'm sick of having to take this one between here and the Hudson Valley. So I'm kind of like wondering about buying another one, but I don't want to if it is going to be like completely discontinued. But I just keep feeling like it's this whole tease with it. Okay, do that. And then if we do this, I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Yeah. Okay, we do this then. We do this. And then we do this guy here. Yep. Okay. Yep. Great. And then the question is, can I... Yep. And that'll kill this guy here. Like that. Come on. Nope. Come on. There we go. And then that one's done. Okay. So, don't know. Last I heard, TC also laid off the entire Go XLR team. Interesting. So maybe not so much. It was on their website, which was why I was like, huh. And like with a link to like, here, you could still buy this here and stuff. Oh, wow. That is perfect for what I need. Look at that. Yeah, I'm probably with this new house and this like basement setup, I'm probably going to try and figure out a way to like build a permanent setup where I don't have to bring my whole streaming gack back and forth with me. Probably going to get a dedicated mic for down there. Probably upgrade. Get the one. What is the one above this? This is. What are you? This is the MV7. Get the MK7. Probably get. I mean, I'll do some more research. This was just all preliminary, but probably get a different audio mixer for down there. Maybe we'll see. But just kind of want to have a permanent setup down there. I'm still gonna have to bring back and forth my main computer, because like it would be awesome if I could just take out the NVMe hard. It's not a hard drive, SSD drive, and just take that chip and just bring it just that chip back and forth to Buffalo and have like a computer here and a computer there, and literally I just take that chip in it and it's like using the same computer. That would be cool. That would make going back and forth easier, but I don't think that is safe or smart. So I think I'm still gonna have to take the computer back and forth, but if I don't have to take all the streaming gack back and forth, that would be nice. What I might do is get a different a built-in what are these things? Elgato for my streaming computer that I have down there. So I don't have to keep taking back and forth the whatever these things are. I have so many of these. These stupid things. When I first started streaming, I bought 2 of the HD60Ss because I was doing my computer and game consoles I wanted options for. Then I was hating how it was working when I went so I went to the HD60S Plus, which meant that my resolution could stay the same because it's 4K and my monitor is 4K. So I have 2 of these that I don't use anymore. And then the 60 plus is the only one that I use back and forth. But I think I want to get a dedicated built-in one for my computer down there. I have 9 wool left. That's quite obnoxious. But I could tear those down now. I don't think there's any way those would reach. I think we do that. I think, I need to eat something. I think we're going to tear these down and use the wool from these. And then I guess I'll just AFK for some more wool later. Zoinks. And zoinks. Cool. I don't think that's just going to give me enough wool to get as far as I wanted. This always takes so much longer than I think it's going to do this. To get as far. I feel like I definitely go a bit faster with it when I'm not streaming. And getting distracted and stuff, but whatever. I still feel like I have stuff crawling on my neck. It's killing me. It's driving me up a wall. I've fallen. I fall. Zoop, zoop, zoop. And all this. That's going to be like a stack of wool maybe in this. Okay, I'm going to have to go up there and get that, I guess. This guy is going to get saved. I'll probably keep the bits minus the wool in my inventory because it's going to end up going over on that last side there. We're so close. This has been such a long process. And to finally be like almost to the end is a great feeling. Great feeling. After this, I can start doing like a lot more different things. I don't know what I'm going to start doing first. I don't know if I'm going to start building up the walls over here, working on some stuff over at the industrial district. I don't know. But I just know like I want to concentrate and just get this project done before I move on to anything else. Because I feel like this has been like, this is the albatross around my neck. This has taken so long and so much work. This probably would have been easier if it wasn't in the middle of the ocean. Maybe. I don't know. That was definitely part. It would have been easier if it wasn't in the middle of the ocean, if I didn't try and make it a freaking circle. Like, so many aspects of this would have been easier, but I had to make it difficult on myself to make it interesting. Once I committed, it was kind of like, I'm not going back. I've committed to the bit. We're doing it. And we're making it happen. I don't like how rainy it is. We sleep, we get rid of rain. Nothing. I gotta go start getting insurance quotes after we get the mortgage stuff. Oh, so much to do. I can't really do that until we get the like mortgage approval, I guess. Okay. Oh boy. Maybe I should have stuck to the sticky pistons. Goodness me. Okay, so this guy will hit this one, right? Cool. Great. Nice. And then we could just go down this way. And these ones are all the way back to here. Oh, I kind of just want... Hold on. Can we do this? Yes. Yes, we can. I want to just go... I see the ant again. I feel like I'm not killing it. And that's the problem. What do I have to kill you with? I kill you with this? Where'd you go? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, but like, that's the millionth time today. Okay? Now I know that one's dead. So if it's another one that we see, we're going to have to get ant traps. What's the temperature reading in the house? For how hot it is upstairs, it's staying surprisingly cool in the house. Well, I'm wasting so much redstone on this. Why did I do that? I didn't need to do that. There was no point in that. As far as I can tell. Unless this... Okay, well, that's useful. And... Sheboygan? Yes. Okay, so that's as far as we want to come because we want to keep the stairs like that. What I'm probably going to do is, it's not, I don't know if I could reach it by completely flipping, but I think what I'm going to have to do is flip this to the other side and start working my way back that way. Okay, this is a lot of extra redstone. Let's get rid of all this. This is garbage. Boop, 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 boop. And we will, these get switched over. Back here. Shaboop and shalom. Great. And then we'll just go down the line. I don't really want to waste these. Let's work with the sticky pistons. I don't care as much about the sticky pistons. So many sticky pistons. Are you kidding me? Burp. Burp. See, I stay this close, and it's consistent, but the problem is I'm very dangerous with the potential for that falling into the void to happen when I'm that close. But it's nice and consistent. It did all of them, which is good. Okay, let's go from this side. Oh boy. I'm gonna go further back now. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. Oda. Okay, great. Great. Next row. We might have just enough wool to finish up this, which would be dope. Because I don't need the wool for the top couple layers, so I could start working on those. Why are you powered? I see. Okay, hold on. So I think what I want to do, if we can, I want to take this guy back through. So I do this, then I do this. Okay, so that's going to power that, right? Okay. So we need to do this, boop, boop. We'll get this guy out of the way. No. Okay, like that. And that breaks that. That goes there. That doesn't interfere. And then we could do this, and then we could do this. And then we could start taking this behind to be a little bit more careful. I don't think I'm going to get the whole way through, though. But let's go as far as it'll let me. Not as far as I'd like. And let's do this. Okay. Yeah. See, now it doesn't break it, and I have a better chance of being able to grab the pistons when they're like stuck in the block like that, as opposed to just completely falling in the void. I don't know why this app sends me notifications. I feel like I've turned off notifications for this ShopRite app a million times, and it just keeps wanting to send me notifications. And I'm just like, I don't care. I'm not even in Beacon anymore. There's no ShopRite near me. Like, at least have some sort of location intelligence that you know, oh, hey, there's not a ShopRite around for like 400 miles. Like, settle down. You don't even know. Don't even know. Okay, so we can go here. Boop. Like that. And then we could use our little trick, I think. I think this means that this is powered. So I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and I could do that. Yes. And that should get this. Give me back. And then we do that. I don't know if that worked. That did not work. I failed. Try again. See, yeah, just breaking it doesn't work all the time. But if I do this, yep, there we go. That's, I don't know if that would have worked or not. I think that was powering it directly as opposed to through this block. Unsure. Dumb question. If you could spend a day with any two hermits, who would you pick? Whew. That's actually a really hard question because it's like, do I pick the hermits that I'd get along with the most, or do I pick the hermits that I'd want to meet the most? Oof. Oh, that's so difficult. Like on the one hand, I'd want to say Impulse and Skiz, but on the other hand, I would want to say Mumbo. I would say I could narrow it down to 4. No, 3. Maybe Ren. I would say Mumbo, Ren, Impulse, and Skiz. I have no desire to hang out with Grian. Or Gem or Pearl. I don't feel like I have enough in common with them. Or Zuma. Yeah. I would say those 4. I would never want to hang out with Doc. I'd get frustrated by Doc. I love Doc, but I think I'd get frustrated by him if I actually had to spend a day with him. Tango, yeah, I don't think I'd want to hang out with Tango. I like Tango as a streamer, but I think he's a little bit too intense for me. Zedaf's funny, but again, not quite the same personality. You do Tango and Impulse. See, like, part of me wants to say, like, Mumbo and Skiz or Mumbo and Impulse. Because I feel like Mumbo and Skiz would be interesting because it's 2 people who are very much so into the film world on 2 different sides of the spectrum. Skiz would annoy you. I could see that. But I feel like, yeah, it's hard. I could see me getting along really well with Skiz, though. He seems like the counter to my personality, and I have friends who are kind of like Skiz. But I guess if I had to break it down, I'd say probably Mumbo and Impulse. No, hold on. Oh, this hurts, but it would be Mumbo and B-dubs. It'd be Mumbo and B-dubs, actually. Yeah, it would be Mumbo and B-dubs. It would have to be Mumbo and B-dubs. I don't think I'd have enough in common with B-dubs, but I'd love to pick his brain. Mumbo, I would probably be able to just go get a coffee with and talk about movies. Impulse, I think, is too technical for me, and doesn't like enough of the film side of the art stuff. Where Skiz, I would put Skiz above Impulse, actually. B-dubs would probably be a ton of fun. B-dubs would be hysterical. Okay, what are your 2? I'm sticking with that. Mumbo and B-dubs, done. But yeah, what are your 2 chaos? Mumbo is like slightly cliche. I don't really care about Mumbo in terms of the Minecraft stuff. That's the hysterical part. I want to hang out with Mumbo to talk movies. B-dubs, I'd be more interested to talk to about the Minecraft stuff. Grian and Gemini Tay. That I couldn't. They're too much for me. Those 2 are just too much of a personality for me. Especially Grian. Grian is such an intense personality. He's one of those people that I think wants to command a room, and I think that's also kind of the problem where I would run into with Skiz. B-dubs has that a little bit, but he's also fine just being in the background. So I mean, no, you're right. You are correct. I could see your personality getting along very well with those 2. Where I do think my personality would get along better with B-dubs and Mumbo. B-dubs is a secret nerd. Dude, yes. That's why I feel like B-dubs would be really fun to just hang out with. And he seems like just such a good human being as well. You know, like he just is a good person. So, yeah, that's it. B-dubs and Mumbo, 100%. And sadly enough, those are probably the 2 hermits that would be impossible to ever meet. I mean, yeah, I don't see B-dubs ever going to a TwitchCon. I don't see Green ever going to a TwitchCon. You know, he gets to hang out with his friends at the, charity events and stuff. And I don't see Mumbo ever doing a public thing like that again. I think he doesn't like that kind of stuff. I think he'd rather be, out of the public eye in a weird way. But yeah, interesting question. That was a good question. I like that. That was a good one to ponder over for sure. Had to really think about that. Do you still think Tango and what about Tango? Is it just the like similar kind of coding background kind of thing? What interests you in hanging out with Tango Encrypted? I totally get why Gem actually Chaos. Why Gem and Encrypted? Why Tango? Wait, what am I doing here? I need to do this. And then this, and then this. Oh, speaking of hermits, aka Third Life, I recently got some story writing done on this story that is big. You're doing Third Life fanfic? Yeah, I could talk mod stuff with Tango. It would be kind of fun to pick his brain about Decked Out and like how he thinks from a game making perspective, but I don't think that's like something I'm as interested in. I do know that you love Pokemon. Yes. I am aware of this. Yes. Ren was in there because I also feel like Ren is like probably one of the coolest people to just hang out with. I could see just hanging out with Ren around a campfire, having a talk for hours. Like he just seems like that kind of dude. Probably super philosophical, like obviously super nerdy. He would just be somebody I would be a friend with, you know what I mean? I don't think I would pick his brain about anything, but I could just have a good hangout with him. There was a time there where like Ren was the only hermit I was watching. I went through a Ren phase. Gem, I think, is most similar to me. Can be chill, can be quite active and silly. Yeah, she definitely has her moments of like, where she gets a little crazy, which is, I think, come out more and more on like the repo streams and stuff that they've done. She's let herself have a bit more fun with things, I think, lately. And I think she would love the fact that I can pull off a decent feminine voice. I can't handle cringe, and Ren gives off cringe with his humor too much for me. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I don't mind cringe. I also feel like that's who his content is, but I don't feel like, well, I don't know. I love the role-playing stuff that him and Martin do, so wait, does that role-playing stuff like in Third Life that they did that drive you up a wall? Ren, I would have a similar reaction to Martin. Just get into role-playing. Yeah. It's interesting. Probably, I didn't watch it. Oh, okay. Wait, you didn't see Third Life, or you just didn't see Ren's perspective of Third Life? Okay, now we're switching this. The number one thing I want to do is get rid of this because this has been bugging me up a wall. This has been in the machine since the beginning, and Ren's perspective. I love role playing, so I have no issues going along with the bit with Ren. And nope, out of that kind of stuff, Ren's perspective. Okay, gotcha. See, like, I guess that comes from the theater side of my world. When I'm this is what I picture. Okay, as soon as I catch a whiff of cringe, I move on. This is what I picture with Ren. So, me and like one of my closest friends, very goofy, we'll get into like, say we're debating something goofy, and one of us will just like pretend to shoot the other person. I mean, more so him than me, but I've been involved in like this. He will take on the bit, and that whole moment will turn into an all-out like fake shootout and death scene in the apartment. like that's the kind of thing that we roll with sometimes and just have like goofy moments like that. And it happens with like random stuff, like even just going out or booking something for dinner or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, the cost is like $5,000. No, I told you not to do that. Don't book the $5,000 thing. Oh no, I did it, and we're doing that, and even though none of it's true, we will play on that bit for an hour. Roleplay isn't necessarily cringe. It just depends how hard you commit. Okay. So it's his maybe level of commitment to it that's a little much. And I feel like you're embarrassed doing it. Interesting. Okay. I could see that. I don't know. I would love to get in his head and know whether or not he's like, this is ridiculous, or if he's having fun and not actually embarrassed to do it. Could go either way. I don't know. Like, Martin is never cringe as far as I can tell. Okay. Interesting. I would have considered Martin in the same camp as Ren. So that's funny that you would say that he's not cringe. But he doesn't seem to ever get embarrassed and just commits fully. So you genuinely think that some of the things Ren does, you think he's doing, but it's just he's not fully committed to it, kind of. But he doesn't seem to get embarrassed. But Ren gives me secondhand embarrassment with everything he does. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I understand that perspective. I guess my interpretation of it was more him just being silliness and thinking it's ridiculous and just having fun with it. I never really looked at it as potentially in secondhand. I never got secondhand embarrassment for Ren when he did that stuff. So I guess that's why it never bothered me. But I know that feeling of you're embarrassed for somebody after they've done something. I know what that feels like. And if I got that vibe from Ren, or if I felt that way, it would be difficult for me to watch him. But I don't, luckily. Anyway, regarding story, I made a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon story based on Third Life. There are different lore reasons going on. It doesn't follow the formula 100%, but it is there. It is only in the perspective of a single character and acts as a backstory to one of my PMT characters. How much time did you spend writing that, out of curiosity? I could never do something like that. Boo. I mean, yeah, I guess that's definitely not fan fiction. That was clearly not the correct way to interpret that when you said it before. Not much. I have yet to write it down. It's just currently. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I don't know how to explain Joe though, because he gives me secondhand embarrassment way worse. Oh, dude, I can't watch Joe. I think he's a good dude. But when I watch Joe, I just feel pain. Yeah, you want to talk about secondhand embarrassment? Like when I appreciate Joe Hills for who he is, but I always feel embarrassed for him. I don't know how to explain Joe, but I don't think he's ever embarrassed. No, 100%. So like there was a moment during the charity event where they were doing Permit Master, and he did, what did he do? He had his green suit on, and he was like trying to do something about being a hockey team in Canada that Jem would like or something. I can't remember exactly what this moment was. But I just felt embarrassed for him in front of Grian and Jem in that moment. And I'm like, what is happening right now? But then he did, I forget if he was the one that did the Old MacDonald. He rewrote Old MacDonald as a pitch for the charity event. And that was amazing. That hit and was really good. So it's like, what the heck? I thought he did awesome there, and I did not feel embarrassed for him. So it's like, I see what you're saying. When it hits and he does something well, it's amazing. But the other 90% of the time, it's like, I can't with him. I totally get that perspective of Joe Hills. But regardless, I appreciate him for those things that he does, even if they don't hit for me. I appreciate that they have somebody like that. Joe Hills, his Guppy Geyser is one of my favorite things in Hermitcraft. That was something that was pretty dang hysterical. He wrote it to death though. I mean, he brought it over and made it part of his thing in Decked Out. I just really wish I liked him more because he's the only hermit I could realistically ever meet and spend much time with. Yeah. Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Yep. It's very interesting. I'm glad that there are people out there that do appreciate what he does though. If I wanted to, I could go play board games with him probably. You could go I wonder if they do TCG at that stuff. I mean, the hermit closest to me is Doc. Oh, physically. Well, yeah, because Germany and Austria. Weirdly, the hermit closest to me is probably Jem. I would say Jem is maybe the closest. Being in Buffalo? Or no, wait. Hold on. Actually, Vintage Beef. I think Vintage Beef is closer. I'm pretty sure he lives pretty close to like the St. Catharines, like outside of like lower Canada. She's upper Canada and Newfoundland. He's lower Canada. So he might be closer to me. Although I have no idea where B-Dubs lives. So that's another possibility. Cub, I don't remember where Cub is. Was Cub Chicago? Cub might actually be closer too. Although Chicago and places in Canada are about the same distance. So I feel like working on a project with Doc could be fun, but otherwise I think he'd irk me. I don't know that I could work on a project with him. I feel like he would be too intense. Dude just seems way too intense all the time. Again, appreciate him and what he does, but too intense for me. The only series, I think season 8 and 9 were the only 2 seasons of his I watched. Why no go? Really? Uh-oh. Wait, is this technically... This is technically part of that row. I might not have calculated for that. German in a nutshell. I am German. That's German in a nutshell. I don't know what that was. Please don't. Let's not talk about what just happened there. Anyway. Leave me alone. Hopefully this reaches. We're going to try this out here. Okay, that looks like that got far enough. We can get rid of this guy. Beautiful. Feel like I should get rid of a couple more while we've extended it over here. Boop, boop, boop. What time is it? I might need to end early. Now I've embarrassed myself. Lordy. Okay, that's good. How far does this go? Can we get... I'd love to get to this one if I can. I didn't even catch what happened. That's probably for the best. That is probably for the best. Okay, so I can't even get that far. Okay. That's fine. Let's get this one. Poo 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 poo. And let's put that back. So that's the first layer. And we'll put this back here and make the rest of them easy for ourselves. Did I hit that right? I feel like I placed that somewhere weird. That needs to go there. Okay. Okay, top layer is done. Move on to the next layer. So much work. Let's do, I guess, over here. I guess we could just kind of keep going down in a line. Is this further ahead? Yeah, right here. I went back in the VOD. Now I got what happened. Oh no. That's your fault. I blame you, Chaos. Jeez. I agree. It was probably not the best. Oh no, we're doing this again. So we switch it to that, and does it work? I don't understand. It's got to be something in how sticky pistons are coded. Like, they have to be just slightly different because of the sticky nature of them, that every once in a while they glitch out. But hey, at least you didn't... That's a callback, and now I get it. You writing it out makes me get what that joke was. That's horrendous. Good Lord. Now I get it. That was bad. Lordy. Okay, we're not gonna talk about these jokes anymore. Moving swiftly along. We're gonna keep going here. Try and see how many layers we can get done before 4 o'clock. I got 20 minutes. I'd love to get to the last layer of bedrock if I can, because we need wool for the last layer of bedrock. So we can't really do that. But if we can get close to it, there's not a ton. This is a smaller area than what we started with. So I think it's possible. It's just a little bit more difficult to traverse. Poop, poop. And do this one. I wonder if this toggle thing that I do would also work. I would assume it would for the regular, like, TNT version of this bedrock breaking, because that's basically what you would do when trying to place the piston. It's pretty much the same thing. You're trying to place it as fast as you can after the TNT breaks the other one to create the headless piston. So I bet you that would probably work. Let's peel this back. We're now on this layer. Burp, burp, burp. I'm in it. I'm in the piston. That was weird. But yeah, Pokemon, PMD, third life story. I mean, it's a choice. The concept of writing a story in somebody else's sandbox is always interesting, but I never do it myself. But if I probably would not read it. No offense. The Pokemon part of it doesn't interest me at all. Yeah, it's periodic use in Tweakaroo. So if I did this, bzz, that's basically what it is. So toggle periodic use on, toggle it off. Also, there's a chance that CPK might read it. He likes the PMD stuff. Yeah, that's what I normally do with the TNT version. Yeah, I know some people like re-keybind to like something on the keyboard instead of pressing the button. I know that's a version of it, but I feel like this is better because it's something I could toggle on and off, you know, as opposed to like having to then go back and switch it constantly. This is just easier. Considering how much of this I'm doing too, it's like 1,000 times better just to be able to turn it on and off for each piece of bedrock I'm working on. Which is nice. Cool. I'm just using the regular pistons at this point because the sticky pistons just keep glitching out. I'll use them on the bottom row because I don't mind. I have a ton of them and I don't mind wasting those because I had so many left over from the flying machines. And the line that was creating the initial cutout here. So I'm fine getting rid of those. Oh, boop, 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 boop. I am glad to be back streaming though. It's good. I'm hoping I'm gonna end up streaming like 3 days this week. That's the goal. Not 100% sure what days. I gotta edit the Craftworks episode because I want to make sure that season is pretty much finished up before I leave for Tokyo. So I'm gonna be working on that tomorrow a bit. Might do a stream from there to help finish up some stuff. Might do that Wednesday. But yeah, things are good. It's good to be back. I don't know how things are going to be when I get back from Tokyo, considering the house move and everything is going to be in full effect then. So that might get a little bit crazy. But at least I'm here for 2 weeks. I always will come back. That's the thing. I'm not. Can you do outside? I'm not ever going to give up on streaming. I will always come back. There just might be long breaks when I'm working or when things are getting crazy. Oh, you need to go out? Hold on one sec. Come on. Don't start with the neighbor's dogs. No, but he is interested in his story stuff in general, and although it is Pokemon story, it doesn't have too many elements based on the story. It is more of a character-driven drama, where it is less of a sandbox and more of a question of what if the guest is not aware of the rules of the world with things going on outside the established world that also influences upon the world. The third death is also permanent. Okay. Yeah, definitely not in my wheelhouse of things that I would find interesting, I guess. But that's okay. Boop. I don't think she's barking. The neighbors got well, we got new neighbors in Buffalo. And they have 2 dogs that are extraordinarily yippy. And it's driving my elder dog up a wall. And it's becoming a slight problem. Because she just freaks out at the fence when these 2 dogs start yipping at her. I don't really know what to do about it. You know. It's a weird situation. Never had to deal with this before. Lived in this house for over 10 years, and this is the first time we've had an issue. Boop. I'm hoping that eventually the dogs just get used to each other and they settle down. Gonna give her a minute. Hopefully that's just a temporary thing. Little temporary growl. Okay, so this is never going to reach, so we need to move this for the last couple again. Put you here, put you there. Okay, and that connects to there, so we'll see how far down we can get. I mean, it's not a big deal if I can't get all the way down because there will be a machine here, and I'll just have to be cognizant to make sure that that machine does reach. As long as I can get this row clear. So it's like a perfect line with that. I think that would make me feel good about it. Does this need, can I do it like that? Great. Okay, cool. The target block is nice to use sometimes for redirecting the redstone when trying to manipulate what blocks are getting powered or not. So like there's no way I could get this block here, unfortunately. But it's again, it's part of that row, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, so that layer is done. I'm in a hole. We'll move it back and do the next layer. Actually, wait, what time is it? I think I'm going to call it. We've done good work here. Keep working on this off stream. Turn that off. Oh, I left a block here. Interesting. And you might be interested, which means that there's a low chance that one of the lifers might get their hands on one of my tracers. There's always a possibility. There is always a possibility. Boop, boop, and put this back here. Boop, and boop. Okie dokie. Hopefully this, I'm going to keep working on in the morning, and we'll be done before the next stream. And then it's just this section here. This last section. We're flying. It's crazy. We've got a hole in the world. Okay. I'll be back probably, most likely, Wednesday. Unless I get things edited early tomorrow, and then maybe I'll come back tomorrow. But Chaos Encrypted, as always, thank you guys for hanging out. Have a good evening. Bye for now.